Hello, Music Worcester fans. I am back here in the studio with our 2018-2019 season artist in residence, Simone Dinnerstein. Welcome back, Simona.
Thank you.
So we have so much going on with you this year, and one of the highlights is definitely Sunday, February 10th, an afternoon matinee performance at Mechanics Hall, which we all know and love so well, and it's Goldberg variations, but you're not alone on stage. It's a reimagining of the work with one of the other ensembles that we've gotten to know very well, A Far Cry, the chamber conductorless orchestra based in Boston. How did that ever come about?
That's a very interesting project. A Far Cry, which are comprised of 18 string players, they invited me to do this collaboration with them a few years ago. I was at first not sure. They wanted us to reimagine the piece together and make our own arrangement for piano and strings. And I've heard various arrangements of the Goldbergs, which are interesting, but generally speaking, I find not an improvement over the original. And so I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this, but I agreed to do it because I thought they seemed like a really cool group. And we got together, two of the members of A Far Cry and I got together to discuss the plan of action and how we thought each variation might work. And then they went off and did all of the hard work of making this arrangement. And then we had quite a few days of workshopping it together once they made the arrangement, everybody in the group. And it was so amazing. It was beyond anything that I expected. Really felt like hearing the piece for the first time. We tried lots of unusual things. One of the variations I've always thought of as being a chorale. And so they were game to do this, where I play the music, but they all sing.
Oh, fantastic.
And another variation I've always thought of as being like a music box. And so we arranged it so that everyone, including me, were all plucking the strings and making sort of interesting effects with it to make sort of mechanical noises. So those are just a couple of the lovely things that we did.
Now, we have had you at Mechanics Hall with A Far Cry recently in the 2017-2018 season, and that was an extraordinary performance, too. While it also had some Bach, it had a new concerto by Philip Glass, but many of us were most curious about the arrangement on stage, and you in that performance, and we might assume so with February 10th coming up as well, position yourself smack in the middle of everything. Is that the best possible position for you all to hear each other and collaborate, especially without a conductor?
Yes, it's actually how things were done back in Bach's time. The harpsichord would have been in the middle. So I have my back to the audience, and then the string players are arranged in a semicircle around me. And that way everyone has great visual contact, and we can all hear each other. In this particular piece of the Goldberg variations, different members of A Far Cry have solos and duets, and they're not just the people standing in the first chairs. So you might have someone in the back of the seconds doing a duet with somebody in the viola section, and you'll hear it. So it gives you this feeling of almost a stereophonic or like surround sound.
Wow.
It's very interesting.
Wow. We know A Far Cry to be a very collaborative group. It's kind of in their DNA. Even though you have engaged in this work with them, with the Goldberg variations in recent years, is it the case where this is a constant work in progress? Will you continue to tweak this between the first reimagining you did several years ago and what we'll hear on February 10th?
Definitely, yeah. I'm actually meeting with those same two people that did the arrangement, and we are going to now listen together to what we did last time, and we're trying to push it further. I think that all of the variations that had really more avant-garde interpretations were particularly effective. So we were trying to see how we can incorporate more of that throughout the piece.
And dare I ask, any plans to put this on paper and publish it, or are you keeping it to yourselves for the time being?
Well, that's an ongoing discussion, but we are thinking of recording it, so that would be great. Yeah.
So, Music Worcester fans, we hope to see you February 10th, Mechanics Hall. Simone Dinnerstein, A Far Cry, a reimagining of the Goldberg variations. Full details, musicworcester.org.